My game is wrong if I'm doing Sprout. Sorry. Timbit, you missed out. Wait, are you saying that like oh, World of Warcraft. Okay, I see. Thought I saved it. Final Fantasy. That's what you mean. Thank you. Yeah, so I am, let's get this on the right scene. Wait, where's Final Fantasy? Oh. We finished the RPG on Friday. So I'll have to find another variety game. So so the eclipse is next week, although we're probably going to get rained out. And I'm just talking with the guildie that I'm staying with to do some last minute arrangements. I need more water. Okay, alright. Oh. Let me get some water, then we'll start. Alright. Timbit, did I tell you my good news? I got a promotion at work. Woo! About time, right? So I'm so excited though. Finally. I mean, here's the downside. I keep misspelling my new title. Did they move me closer to the door? No, I mean, Death's Door, maybe. No, I got promoted to principal. And I keep misspelling it. P-A-L-P-L-E, I don't know. It's awkward now. And so I think some of the people on my team knew, but I haven't shared it with everybody. So this happened on Monday. And so yesterday we had like our mid-sprint meeting. And one of the other people was just like, to me, she was just like, anything you want to share? And I'm like, nope. Yeah, I know, it's P-A-L, but I keep doing P-L-E. I'm just like, I don't know how to spell my own title anymore. Ooh, I have to update my resume. Oh, it'll be fun. So finally, principal. So, I've been told that celebrating by doing a workout without the 20-pound weight vest I've been wearing while I work out is not an appropriate celebration. So, I will go with a couple of people from work tomorrow to a pizza place and have pizza for lunch. That appropriate enough? What else could I do? I don't have... Oh, and then someone gave me a Lindor truffle. I had that too. So I've had little tiny itty bitty celebrations. Your last job before retirement, they hired you as a principal engineer, but didn't tell you not to put it on your business cards. So principal isn't the highest level we have. Technical fellow is. So we do associate, 1, 2, senior, principal, staff, staff 2, fellow, a technical fellow. So, what did I say? Associate, 1, 2, senior. So I'm 5 out of 8. So, but it came with like an 8% pay raise. So do you know what that means? I can totally upgrade my computer now without having to worry about budget. Because, like, literally every time I saved up the money to upgrade my computer this year, something happened. Like, all that medical shit that happened in January, which I finally paid off. Well, that's not true. My emergency fund took a really big beating. Auto kitty cam? I don't... That would be lovely. We'd have to find a way to get, like, the motion tracking on that, or something. That'd be so expensive. No, we need to upgrade the actual computer. Yeah, so, oh, holy crap, why is this so low? Oh. Payday's tomorrow, right? Yeah. Okay, that'll help. So this is what happened. So, hi, Card. I had all that medical stuff I had to pay off, and then I had way more in taxes due. So my emergency fund is 30% of what it normally is. And yeah. What's another 10 to get a new computer? Card. Did I tell you? I got a promotion at work. Woo! So this is like kind of a celebratory / RPG stream. And we're celebrating by drinking water. Because I don't think you're supposed to just straight shoot chocolate cream liquor. You got the last year tax receipts today. Now for the tax day is in like 12 days for Americans. I don't know about how it is for Canada. So I did my taxes 2 weeks ago, and yeah, I owed a lot. I was very sad. I did my taxes twice because I was like, there's no way I did this right. Yeah, no, I did it right. I just owed a lot of money. I guess some tax breaks expired or something. Or I need to readjust my withholdings. I'm not actually sure. Actually, I probably need to investigate that. Make sure my withholdings are going to be correct. Annoying. And, yeah, so... It's been a lot of unexpected expenses. Yeah, my car needed some work too, so yeah, my emergency fund took a real beating this year, and it's only April. But at least it's not only January, and I blew through my medical deductible in 3 weeks out of the year. Yeah, that wasn't fun. Anyways, hi, let's continue with this. I don't remember what we were doing. Are we going to go investigate something? Yeah, I don't remember. It is a relief to see you healthy and hale, Lyra. The latest news from Ul'dah was most disturbing. Clearly, the only injury Alphino suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it will heal ere long. The other scions will need be present for this meeting. If you are ready to begin, I will summon them now. Ooh, okay. Vitality. Strength. Dexterity. We don't care about any of these. Okay. Oh, right. I was just like, we can totally do more. What are you here for? I come on behalf of the Elder Seeds here to petition the aid of your order. The antecedent has been apprised of the situation. Oh, that's right. We told them no. Mind. Intelligence. What is this? Bracelets. Do we need better bracelets? Necklace, bracelets. Level 50. Level 50. Red Mage. Wrist. Intelligence. Mind. Okay, yeah, we'll be fine. Whichever looks prettier. Your friend invited you to a cruise to Mexico in August, but your passport expires in July. So, what you can do is you can expedite it, and which costs additional money. But if come August, like early August, and it's not there, get your congressman to try and fix it. And then worst case scenario, what you can do is what's kind of called a same-day passport. This is kind of expensive. And what you do is if you have immediate travel and no passport, you can get your passport the same day, provided you live near one of the passport facilities. So there's like one in New Orleans, there's one in Denver. I know there's one in California somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure where in California it is. But if you need an extra help, like a little extra oomph, you can totally get it done that day. You just have to go to this passport facility. Passport times. So the current processing passport times, because it's April. So if you do it like right now, also card, you can you still renew online? Expedited is 2 to 3 weeks. Routine is 6 to 8 weeks. By the way, my status page never actually worked for... Renew passport online. Okay, the online is paused. They paused it on March 8th, 2023. Yeah, that's about when I did mine. But 2 to 3 weeks isn't bad. I think it's... The expediting is... How much is the expediting? $60 to expedite. Which isn't horrible. Because, like, same day, it's, like, over 100 to expedite instantly. But that would be really, really fun to go on the cruise. Ooh, are we going to get voices? No. Yeah, I saw 6 to 8 weeks when you looked up earlier. Yeah, that's not too bad. 6 weeks. So if it's worst case, have 2 months, that would put you in June. So you still would have time. And then if it's like still not waiting, still not there, that's when you call your Congress person up and be like, help. And then they can usually help. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the primal Ramuh. Haven't we already defeated Ramuh? I'm sorry. May have. Then it is not certain. The Elder Seedseer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlands, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, Antecedent, but that fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramuh is reputed to only act in the defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if were any foolish enough to endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? If preparations for summoning ritual were indeed underway, 'twould surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I'm pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon, you foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it? I told Papa Limo I suppose I could have reported things to Menphelia earlier, but honestly, there wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramuh once after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans came trampling through the forest. As long as the Castrum Oriens stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The action of the forest folks were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopies of the trees. 'Tis like that the Sylphs perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am put in mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for Primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. But be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Lyra, through your dealings with the Sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Ramuh can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope, were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the beastmen since time immemorial. But this time, we can. So I'm going to be silence. Let us continue the discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramuh's presence. The Elder Seedseer has requested your personal involvement, Lyra. Pray report to Commander Hilo at Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will, of course, lend you whatever support you require. Alright, cool. We're on our way to fight a primal. I think we might have summoned, not summoned, defeated before. And they all left us. Adder's Gridania, so we can just return. This way. So yeah, so with the eclipse, this is what I was looking at. It looks like everywhere is going to be kind of cloudy. Unless you go to, like, Maine. And I was like, ooh, let's go south. It has the best chance of good weather. Yeah, so... Because, like, I made all my plans months ago. Like the second I could book the planes, the second I could book hotels. Oh, well. Private Tiatu, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seedseer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic, rather than martial skills, may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nofika's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to Lotus Stand. Okay, where is that? This way. Oh, yeah, okay, and so let's see. WoW has... This way. So the new, patch has been announced. And, I'm gonna miss that first week because I'm gonna be out at St. Jude. Oh, yeah, so we're doing St. Jude Play Lives again. I just haven't made my thing yet for it. We'll have a nice modest goal again, and we'll see what we can do. This, like I said, is probably the last year we're going to be doing it, but it should still be fun. The other science have arrived already, madame. Might I show you in? Ooh, okay, what do we have here?
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramu is returned unto the forest.
Okay, so Ramu is back for certain now.
Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the Sylphs, too, have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin.
Sorry, I'm looking at this. Let's see. Ooh. Like I said, I'm trying to plan my Austin trip. Does anyone have anything fun to do in Austin so far? We're thinking of the zoo. some cave inner space cavern. So keep in mind we'll have a little with us. I think he's in like 2nd grade. And it'll just be really fun. I'm so excited. What's there to do in Texas?
Unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramu is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided.
Yeah, I was like, wait, sagely. Okay.
Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are
Aya's
one
friend
of the
Carmen
few
Nem lives in
among us
Austin.
who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations.
I should ask Carmen what is good to do in Austin. So we have plans for Sunday, I think. Saturday, I get in at like 10 or 11 or something like that. So I have to figure out what to do. I know we're going to go do barbecue at one point, and then like the eclipse may or may not actually happen because it looks like we're going to get rained out, or at least clouded out, which is a huge bummer. But, you know, fingers crossed. And then my flight back is at like the ass crack of dawn, and I'm looking at it right now, and I'm really regretting that decision. The forecasted track has changed slightly. Let's look at the NWS. NWS, so sky forecast. Okay, no, let's, what do I get here? Space. Reddit was tracking it. I was like trying to pull up the link, and I'm like, wait, I'm not at my work computer, so I don't have Teams. We posted the link on Teams, and we've been tracking it. Sky. Tuesday. No, this is worse. 90% cloud coverage? Maybe 250? I mean, ugh. They say even if you're clouded out, that totality is still worth it, so. Fingers crossed. I mean, it looks better than it was. Nothing much. Actually, I think it looks worse. Oh, it's like 10% better. But like, there's not a lot of it looks pretty overcast everywhere in America for the eclipse, unless you go up to like Maine, where it has like a 10% chance. But everywhere is like 50s, 30s down near like Tennessee. And then it's like 10% at the very northern tip of Maine. What a bummer. Been looking forward for this, because I was just like, I missed the last eclipse a couple years ago, and I was just like, oh, that's okay. I'll just go to Texas for the one in 2024. Anyways, sorry. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with the primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations.
The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramu himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks.
Why is the leaf thingy quiet?
Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin.
So, and you guys play Legend of Zelda? Like, what was it? The open world one.
Yet, it is not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
It's not here anymore? Breath of the Wild. So, what I'm thinking, like, these things, they just go, yo! You don't play games anymore? Yeah. Well, to be perfectly fair, World of Warcraft has been kind of on the miss side lately. It hasn't exactly been amazing. Oh, so speaking of the last bits, so we're probably going to do, hopefully we'll do, keys on Fridays still for a bit. So until the new patch, raid is Farak only, and then we'll have to figure out something to do. I'll need to get like another variety game. Because we finished Super Mario RPG. I don't know what else there is to play at the moment. I'll have to figure something out. Little Solace. Alright. Private Tiatu, I was told to expect you. I understand your go-to treat with the Primal Ramu himself. I understand you go to treat with the Primal Ramu himself. An inevitable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I have been told that your fellow Scients are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain the location of where the Lord of Levin may be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. So... doesn't quite matter. Can we look at what these look like? Looks about, seemingly awaiting the prisoner. Okay. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow scions finish their investigation. I do not imagine that it will be much longer. Here we go.
Yo! This one returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched one summoned Lord Ramu.
Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good woman to her fellow scions? It would be this one's pleasure, walking one. Please, please, come with this one. No, I'm just like thinking like how, I mean, I guess it's not too unusual here, but it's so weird just to be like, yo, I'm just gonna summon a sentient being. That's all. Thanks. Okay. Maxio.
Yeah! Wise ones have entered deep, deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones.
Okay. Should we fly? Ah, there it is.
This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones.
Sorry,
And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking one will find wise ones not far from here. To the south. Go in safety, walking one.
to the south. Why'd be... That's not really south. It's more like... south... That's more like west. Slightly southwest. So, it's actually you. I am relieved. I didn't even do anything. Fate failed? What? For a moment, I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Nisholta's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papalimo. My apologies. It's not like me to ramble so. At any rate, as I was saying, I have finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and am pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion, to wit, that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's aetherite. Come, Lyra, the Lord of Levin awaits. I was going to talk to the others, but I guess we'll do this. This feels like an instance. Or not. I mean, I don't know.
Betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Ooh. Am I a servant of Hydaelyn? Oh, he's not that bad looking. That's a pretty impressive beard, though.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man.
I mean, he's not wrong. Man kinda sucks at keeping peace.
Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee.
Did I just, like, pull that out? Or did it go, like... It's kind of weird.
Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Okay. We have to do trials. We got this.
Eorzea, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady.
Talking to me?
I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
We're gonna have some fancy goggles? Is that it? The striking tree hard now accessible. Duty finder. I can't. When it's hard, I have to not use what you call it. I can't use like NPC finder. I don't like this. You know, duty has been... We have to do this striking tree, right? Well, it's 8-minute wait time. But it's faster if we go as, like, a healer, right? That was instant. Okay. Hold on, get some edit me. Kind of pretty. Just in case, remember not to stand in their main tank and grab. I have no idea what they were saying. What? Why can't I cast? forgot how to play. I need... Is that it? I received player accommodations. Okay.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
Mm-hmm.
In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Okay. So, yeah, I thought these were my healing spells. That's why I spent the first minute being like, why can't I heal anybody? Yeah, my regen is over here. Probably would have been a good thing if I, like, reviewed my spells before I went into that, but, you know, it's fine, it's fine. We're fine, it's fine. Everyone's fine. Wait, how far are we going? Okay, not that far. It's, yeah, this one. Private Tiatu, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramu received your visit? I mean, I kind of defeated him. He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well, then, that you have some experience in such matters. The peoples of both Gridania and Little Solus will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the forest champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Private Tiatu. The Elder Seedseer must be informed of your deeds at once. The Elder Seedseer will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gridania and make directly for Lotus Stand. The conjurer at Norfolka's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Private Tiatu. Alright, so we can return for free. Go us. And then kind of just, oh, should we use like a thingy? Oh, like the aetherite thingy that we can, you know, just go right here for. Welcome back, honored scion. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The Elder Seedseer awaits you within. Let's talk to everyone first. 'Twould seem that Ida's appraisal of the situation held some merit after all. Mayhap I should not be so swift to discount her intuition. I fancy my presence was more help than hindrance during our troubles with Leviathan, but this time around, well, even I have my off days. Ah, the hero of the hour. Let us not keep the Elder Seedseer waiting. You should have seen Maxio when we got back to Little Solus. Grateful is an understatement. I thought he was going to shake Papa Lima's hand off.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramu ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramu made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without.
She's not wrong, but the light only shines in the dark. Big, bright gases of light called the sun.
For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramu has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent.
How many primals are we gonna have to slay?
Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Alright, Papalamo now. Oh, Ida. First Ida. Oh, I guess we could talk to all of them. Oh, we already... Alright, I'll just do this. Thus ends another daunting mission, eh, Lyra? I hoped Lord Ramu could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire adroitness with which you responded to the primal sudden challenge. And it seems that Oranger, too, was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Lyra? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stone and ponder the lessons of the day? I suppose we shall. I need to double check. Let's see. Yeah. Need to make a quick text. Alright. Okay, Rev. Am I going the wrong way? Maybe? Nope. Welcome back, Clara. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramu precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Erandra's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together. We're gonna get voice acting?
If everyone is ready,
Yay.
let us begin. Eorzea, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Eorzea and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension.
Okay,
The
I remember
etheric
that.
readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
I thought her name is pronounced Ishulta, not Yishulta. They're a little inconsistent.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm.
Okay, that's not at all heavy.
In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape.
Okay.
Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
All right.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Interesting.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
Nope.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Okay. So we're going to trap people in crystals like a witch.
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe
We'll just
it
have to
be
make
possible.
one.
The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Well, that his name is Urianger, not Archon. Or is that his title?
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Ooh, fancy. The Lord of Levin is returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramu's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin. All have now been humbled by the bringer of light. The limitless potential of man. Heidelin's servant grows mightier by the day. Yet she prospers at great cost to her mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived their rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wane. Even as it innervates, the ardent empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Okay. Interesting. Ooh. What are these? Determination, tenacity, skill speed. Okay, but we need none of these, right? We need spell speed. A lot of talking tonight. Sorry if it's kind of boring. Now, the matter of Ramu has, for the present, been put to rest. There is something I would show you, Lyra. It is a letter of thanks signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions, in particular, the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogulmog XII, Leviathan, and now Ramu. Needless to say, there is only one among our number to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. I haven't really had a choice. You are a true hero, Lyra, and Eorzea is that much safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in the realm until such time they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife of his own. And that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the danger you have faced in our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in doing so. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the sylphs of Little Solace, who wish not of conflict. Of the Alamegans and the Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And there are many unsung individuals who have gathered here in reverence toll, honest men and women who seek to employ their skills for the good of all. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is heartwarming, antecedent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Is that... what's his name? Alphino? That's what I thought. Alphino, I take it troubles in Elda no longer require your attention. There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from You recall the refugee girl? The one whose parents were missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Why, Alphino, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you leave nothing out. Oh, that's funny. Someone hates documentation. Lyra, you may have been away from Reverend Stoll for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest that you put your affairs the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town. Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozen was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Yozan. Look, it's Miss Lyra. She's back from her adventures. We heard you were off fighting primals, and that there are some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I'd wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Dorman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Dormans. Do you think you could train us today, Miss Lyra? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What's all this commotion, then? Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coultonet, do you know that Miss Lyra is back? So it would seem. Welcome home, Lyra. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. Do they have neck tattoos? I want a neck tattoo. I am known as Hooray Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coultonet. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the arts of combat. Ugh, I told you, Mr. Boulder, we're not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. And we were just asking Miss Lyra if she could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside her, don't you? Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Lyra? A demonstration of skills at arms, if you will. Hurry. If I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you were merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Well, mayhaps I am, but what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you, Lyra? Would you consent to spar with me? Hooray! We're going to have a tournament. Come on, everyone. We must prepare our gear for an outing. Do try not to disappoint them, Have faith, Coultonet. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make this a worthy contest. The fields to the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. Alright. I guess we have no choice. The boulder. Alright. Roka? Is sparring dangerous? I don't think I want to see anyone else being hurt. We had a master of lessons back in Doma, and the way he taught us was very different from Mr. Boulder. I'm not sure which way is better, but I think I like them both.
The Sire is here. Let the battle begin. As we left the Rising Stones, Mr. Thancred asked us where we were going. I told him we were off to watch you and Mr. Boulder fight, and he looked very surprised. I hope we haven't made him cross. Since becoming a Scion, I have had much opportunity to hear news of your epic deeds. I must confess, then, that my excitement rivals that of the children at the prospect of seeing you in action firsthand. All right, Boulder. 'Twas good of you to agree to this, Lyra. I trust you are ready to begin? Sure. We're gonna get our butt kicked. Very well. Let us not keep the young'uns waiting any longer. Ahem. Hori, are you certain you wish to fight her alone? That is Lyra you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Science to begin with. Without Lyra to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Hello, you haven't begun yet, have you? Oh my god, everyone's gonna come watch? Ida, what? Who are all these people? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Lyra's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems to be a sickly shade in comparison. You best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our own teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. We shall soon see. Be on your guard. Can we just, like, run away? Run away, little girl. I can't run that far. Ugh, such power. The tails barely do you justice. Mr. Boulder won't lose, will he? I mean, it's not over yet. It can't be. Aye, the children have the right of it. Just time I join the fray. On your feet, Hori. Oh, do I need to take this guy down? Oh, I'm not getting, like, the warnings. I must admit defeat. 'Twas an honor and a privilege. Wait, he's dead? Oh no, he looks hurt. This Lyra is so strong. But you can't give up, Mr. Boulder. Ugh, can't support the youngins. Rawr. Never has my face had strength, but the lesson must continue. 'Tis your example I follow. Surrender not to the impalpable foe.
we didn't kill him, did we? Okay, good. You have bested me. I yield. That was incredible. She beat them both at the same time. I knew you couldn't lose, Lyra. None can defeat the guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I've much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. And I'm only level 50! Is that 5? Well, 52. Impressive as always, Lyra. It is a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial powers. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. Do you recall when we first met? 'Twas at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartano. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were far less favorable. Dire problems abounded. Yet the effort I saw expended toward the solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The legatus' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too involved and unstable. 'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people. These wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish, a wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I, too, would endeavor to take up the mantle of the guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil toward a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the science of the Seventh Dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Well, isn't that what the Scions are supposed to be doing? Like, we're supposed to be above these nations and stuff. Everyone just left us here. Still double instanced, so that's interesting. With the primal threat presently subdued, now is the perfect time to focus on new endeavors. Alphino has long been laying the groundwork for this organization of his, and he looks to you to help turn his proposal into reality. Pray lend him what aid you can. Thank you for coming, Lyra. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Would it be determined that, like, none of this matters? Skill speed. We'll go with skill speed just because it seems like it's the best option, perhaps. Okay. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th Astral Era, the leaders of the 3 nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land and directed against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense impetus towards unification draining away. Thus I have been campaigning for the creation of what may be considered a trial company. It will be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation according to the science. It is my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the antecedent. The Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But as you yourself has witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. With this new company under the Scions command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. Before I can move forward with establishing the precursor to the true, border-spanning Grand Company, it is yet necessary that I visit the 3 leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Thank you. It is reassuring indeed to know that the Bringer of Light and her discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Our first destination will be Limsa Lamensa. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. Alright. There's a lot of talking tonight. Alright. Where do I go? We just did a Mario game. Should we do a Zelda game next? I feel like this is gonna take forever. There you are. I'm ready to ascend the bridge and speak with the Admiral Is that Blowfishwin? Bluffiswin? While the Admiral and I are finalizing promissory boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis of no matter should they are to be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it, and you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter, that we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. I don't remember how to get there. On the upper decks. Okay, we're in the upper decks. But there's like nobody here. And we might have to go to one of those fancy crystal thingies. This way. Alright, this looks promising. Go in here. Rainer. Okay. Master Alphino's new organization? Yes, I had heard the formation of his trial company was in the offing. 'Tis with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsa Lominsa must needs receive my full attention. I need to go here, but I think that it's faster just to walk. We're going to Carvalian. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity. I must say, your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know there is a time to act and a time to watch, and I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls in the latter category. No one's going to want to join us, is what I'm gathering. Okay, we're going to need to go to this, so we can take the next aetheryte port. Is there really only one more? Eh? Who in the bloody else do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sodding knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fop, try knocking on that dandy caravan's door. Alright. No one here wants to join my organization. But it's so cool. I brought little cakes. As precursor to our United Eorzean Grand Company, well, I do admire the scope of your ambition. My responsibilities here at Naldic and Bameles keep me close to the forge. I had not the time to be trapezing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. Nobody wants to play with me. Alright, where is the last one? Way over there. Will you play with me? Will anyone say yes? It's a mystery. I want that bloopy. How do I get the bloopy as a pet? Well, if it ain't Lyra, I not forget adventure brave or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. Remember Ulriel, don't you? Formerly the captain of heroes. 3 whistles at the bronze leg. Aye, it ain't so often I drag my arse out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How fare you these days? Looking to put together a new crew? Top tier work? Ha, sounds like a right lark, it does. Ready, last count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into me grave just yet. Alright, we got 1. Now we have to find our way back to a stone. Way over here. Nope. This way. So now we need to go to the airship. And we can do that. Yeah, it's like a waypoint now. Alphino, what's up? Lyra, your recruiting went well, I trust. I'm curious how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa Lominsa. Not well, my friend. A member of the legendary company of heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Fear could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seeds here proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Norfolka's altar. Well, my dear, we're just going to not pay. Yeah, I'm slowly starting to get everything. Okay, it's 80 degrees in my room. Holy crap. It's getting warmer. So, which is a bummer. I like winter because it keeps the room colder. Remember, because some days here, it's like 90 degrees in my room. Ugh, so hot. My audience with the Elder Seeds here is due to commence momentarily. I'd be grateful if you would once more seek to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well potential candidates has run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. I have to go to Old Gridania. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We do that, and then we wind up, yeah, so let's do here, and then we can hit that up, or we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, hit that, and we'll figure it out. Oh, there's only 4, okay, yeah, we'll do that. Laurentius, I feel like we've talked. Oh gods, can it truly be you? What fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Hey, could it be you don't remember me? The name sounds familiar. I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed? I was a whaler, regular patron at Boscaret. Was he the guy that abandoned everyone? Will you say nothing? Does my presence disgust you, sir, or do you simply not care to remember our encounter at all? The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting, eh? What is your policy on reformed convicts? As the matter stands, the Wood Whalers would have not more to do with me. This might just be the second chance I was looking for. However, in Stroll, you say, I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this. I promise you, I am a changed man. Is he? Is he? Because that seems a little dumb. Elian. Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives you up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry. We were just... Oh, Lyra, is it? Has it been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperbell Mines? Why, you are barely more than a novice adventurer then, but look how far you've come. Mother Mayun tells me 'twas you who felled the fearsome Black Wolf. Now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventure career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildur safely home. Alright. 2 for 2. I think Gridania likes us better. It might be because it's like our home company. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions. I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young mistress, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. Oh, that's right. He was responsible for, like, the vampire lady who sucks the youth out of people that we defeated. That was, like, 4 months ago. I think it was like around Christmas time that we did that. I want to pet.
'Tis not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized. Fair, fair. Alpha now. But news, however, for my part, the Elder Seed Seer was most amenable to our requirements. Former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer, our company will not lack for variety, that is much certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into Ul'dah while the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavor to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. We're gonna go to Ul'dah. It's cheaper than taking the transporter. The Steps of... No, that's right. That's what the airship here is called. Or the airship area? I don't remember. Or maybe this... I'm just saying stuff, and maybe that's the country. I don't really remember. Royal Promenade... Maybe? Nope, I think we were supposed to go to the strip. Ul'dah, the gilded city, where one's fortune defines one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest ascending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting, Lyra. Yes, we're going to not use that, but we're going to look at this. We get merchant strip. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can end. Oh, we can end by crystals each time. Ooh, Wait, you're the lady who came to Little Alamigo looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if he hadn't? I'd probably be dead, and a whole lot more of my friends besides. We were such fools. Any road, that disaster really got me to thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd been manipulated and vowed to make myself more of a worldly man. So here I am. A new company of champions? And if you say it will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Alamigo. I've prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. And now we go here. Orson, okay. Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me perchance? I am Orson, of the Church of Saint Adama Lundama. Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on dry bones less fortunate. A most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion? Thancred, wasn't it? Ha, 'tis new companions you seek then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good. My place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. We've got a whole lot of no's. I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me. Is this some new-fashioned manner of propositioning a lady? Well, I'm afraid you're wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, miss. Okay, bye. Weird. This is how lazy Miss Lyra is being. It's teleporting one over. Landbear. Aye, you'd be surprised what rumors drift down to Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved in it. Whispers on the street says your organization's funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. Well, that's one way to destroy a company. A company that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire. Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next stall over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. Well, we got what, 2? How fared you, Lyra? What hidden gems did the streets of Old Da offer up to your unrelenting gaze? A single Alamegan youth? Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless. And the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you, Lyra. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my trial company with her blessing. The first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed, and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. You were concerned by the syndicate's involvement, as was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I'd prefer not to rely upon outsourced sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. As for the rumors and doubts surrounding the enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stone and lay the first stone for United Eorzea. Okay. Oh, is he gonna take us back this time? Is there an airship in that place?
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
She did not say Alphino. She said this.
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing?
Yeah, that got dark.
What good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Talaji was like that one who started the uprising, right? Oh, getting a little dark. Yeah, I mean, PMCs are never good. Why, we don't need, I don't, yeah.
or as other people like to call them, mercenaries. It is not a journey I soon wish to repeat, but I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our effort is at hand. I must see to the preparation for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Lyra. I am certain the antecedent will be relieved to see you free for other duties. My grandfather formed the Circle of Knowing in hopes that, through the accumulation of knowledge, Eorzea might be saved from disaster foretold. A band of champions brought together by a common goal, to lend our realm to a better tomorrow. Though it means may differ, I'd like to believe I do am proud in undertaking this new endeavor. Greetings, Lara. Alphino tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Scions shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural company is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Totaro is cooperating with Alphino to see that all is in readiness, so I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Reverend's Toll of late, and I wonder if Slaffborn might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there's aught he requires? Okay. Wait, I want to see what these other people think about this. I wish Ida were not so eager to look to the future when we have so many problems in the here and now. Your bout with Hurry Boulder was more stirring than 100 lines of my most passionate poetry. Perhaps I shall arrange a sparring match of my own. I fear Ida's boundless optimism is beginning to affect my better judgment. Your tendency to triumph against the most terrible of foes is certainly not helping matters. I can't wait for Alphino to start his new company. I love making new friends. No, this won't do at all, and then I'll have to... oh, hello, Lyra. If you don't mind, I'm terribly busy at the moment. See what they all have to say. Tis not enough that I'm here for my daughter. I must do what little I can to help you all succeed in your monumental tasks. This place has become a hive, and its bees flit about in constant motion. Perhaps a soothing pot of tea will coax one or two alight and take a moment's rest. My people's spirits were thoroughly crushed by the loss of our homeland, but thanks to your courage and generosity, I see their inner flames once more flicker back to life. I too have felt my strength of will make a gradual return. I thought the idea foolish at first, but it seems that sparring match served its purpose. Why, I can hardly wait to return to my studies to seek to improve upon my technique. Lyra, I must thank you again for agreeing to our bout, and I must thank the gods it was not a duel to the death. I will, however, cherish the lesson of each scrape and bruise as I work to better my swordplay. I like the way Mr. Coltnet fought. No swords or fists. I wonder if I studied hard, would I be able to cast spells like that too? I cast spells. Mr. Boulder is sore and beaten, but he said he'd return straight to his training. I don't think he likes to lose. No one likes to. We should decide who in Adventurers Guild will do what. I'm fairly sure Eorzea will be the swordfighter. He always has to be in the thick of the action. Mr. Boulder fought well, but he was no match for you, Miss Lyra. Just you wait. One day I'll be good enough to knock you down from the top of your mountain. Like they said, records are made to be broken. Dormant farming methods have been adopted here on the frontier. It is too early to know whether they will be effective. Okay. So no one really talked about this new company. Slaffborn. What can I do you for, Lara? I thought you'd have your hands full helping out with this new arm of the Scions. I thought the same to you, too. Ha, I barely noticed your recruits arrived. 'Twas barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have passed through here every day. Well, I appreciate your offer of aid. 'Tis more your burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the antecedent, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Slaffborn, the shipment. We couldn't... Gods, women, what befell? Wait. Bringing a shipment to Reverend's Toll, provisions earmarked for the frontier effort. But just as we sought to cross over to Mordona, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they might have been heretics. There were many, too many. We only escaped with our lives by abandoning the supplies. Pray forgive us. There is naught to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest, and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics are involved, then this is like to be more of a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. Whence did these supplies originate? House Fortemps. We collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see that you are apprised of this development. Lara, were you not on good terms with the Knights of House Fortemps? I will be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Aye, aye. Thank you for your understanding. I am certain Lord Hashafent will be glad of your assistance. Alright, so what we are going to do though, because it's getting, it's 9:20, but I have a feeling this is going to be like a bit of a start. So I think that's it for the night. Again, that was a lot of RP and not so much battling, as we can see, but I think Chocobo's active time went down by like 5 minutes. Anyways, I really hope y'all had fun. I know I did, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. We will be doing additional stuff on Friday. We may or may not do variety. It depends on whether or not we have keys and if I can find another variety game to play. I think I'll be back in time for next Tuesday's stream, because that should be after the eclipse. Anyways, good night, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic week. Thank you for spending some time with me tonight, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening.